Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the post commentary for Super Mario Bros. 1. Yeah. I know that I said this was going to be in the same video as the previous, as the finale. However, shortly after, recording the video, I realized it was like 20 minutes long. I know most people don't really want to watch long videos that are like past 15 minutes anyway. So I'm like, what the hell, let's just have a separate video, and I'll probably do this for like the remaining games that I do, or, I want to say, remain, makes it sound like so final, like, remaining games, as if I'm not really going to do much else of anything. Yeah, for the rest of the games that I do, it sounds much better. The rest of the games that I do will indeed be a separate video of post thought, probably like a own separate playlist dedicated to post thought. But anyway, yeah. So that was Mario Bros. 1. And again, not much to really say on that matter. That game really does not have that much variety as far as gimmicks. You really don't see that many gimmicks. Like the only gimmicks you really see is what man, it's really hard to. Platforming, you know, the actual genre of the game. Like you can't really say that, oh yes, the platforms, like the moving platforms, are a gimmick because, you know, it's a platformer. You can't really try and think like what else it could really be included as a gimmick. I guess you could say that. Well, no. For the most part, there weren't that many gimmicks, but there weren't that many, there definitely weren't that many, gimmicks in this game, simply because it was, you know, I believe it was, Nintendo's first serious attempt at a mainstream game for Mario. So no, like before that point we had Donkey Kong and we had Mario Bros, but we didn't have Super Mario Bros. So I guess that was the mainstream. Graphics, good for its time. I'm not going to complain on that. You know, 8-bit, you know, can't really get much more elaborate than what it's really done. Like don't get me wrong, there are some games that is doing quite well for being 8-bit, but I'm not going to be too picky on that. For the most part, these post thoughts aren't really here to down the game, praise it, or any kind. It's just here to really talk about it. And comparing the game to not really recent games, but more successors, such as Mario Bros. 2, the real Mario Bros. 2. The real Mario Bros. 2 was basically just a Mario Bros. 1, except rehashed as a super uber awesome Japanese difficulty game. Which I've yet to even play that game. The game looks really awesome, and I want to play it. Graphics were enhanced a little bit, not by much, and then of course there was Doki Doki Panic, which involved, which I'm pretty sure, I think the restarted Doki Doki Panic was the reason that we have Shy Guys and such. But for the most part, though, you really didn't see any power-ups until what, like Mario Bros. 3. You start seeing a lot of different power-ups, different abilities. Like you're able to like slide in that game, able to slide, and you get different suits and such. In Mario Bros. 1, you just don't have any of that. It starts to become a bit repetitive after World 5. Not to say that that's a good or a bad thing, it's just, you know, after the 5th world, just sort of like, And of course, the extra so-called quests that they supply you with after you beat the game were, it's slightly harder by, replacing some of the enemies with the armor shelled Koopas. It's much appreciated. Know what they were kind of going for, but not nearly as awesome as what they did with Zelda 1, or if you beat the game, either that, like you you can beat the game, or you can just like start straight off. You can actually like just type in Zelda as the username, and you'll get like a completely different quest. Like everything will be moved around. You have like different dungeon layouts. It's completely different. You can like everything is just completely refreshed. In this game, you're just sort of like, well, geez, everything is the exact same except for the Koopas. At least that's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in saying that everything else was the same. Man, yeah, I'm sure that more post commentaries will be, way better than this in the future. Again, there's not that much to really talk about when it comes to this game. Glitches, mainly fun to do. There are some games that you can do with glitches that will either crash the game or cause the game to, completely just freeze up. There are some games that glitches will occur without your consent and will cause you to die or something. Sonic 06, but but seriously, yeah, I'm glad that you don't have to purposely avoid glitches just to beat the game. You can play the game as is, and no offense to it at all. You can perform the glitches at will. Again, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this yet or not. You can actually touch Bowser and the axe at the same time, and your sprite will. You have to be a big Mario to do this, of course. You have to be big Mario, and your sprite will remain big. Your object instance, God, I'm using Game Maker terms here. Your object instance will remain large Mario. And basically, what will happen is the game will read you as small Mario. So you're able to go around and break blocks. But if you get hit once, you die. You get a mushroom, and you'll actually turn into small Mario. And of course, you can get the fire flower. It'll be small Fury Mario. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely pretty awesome. So, some pretty cool glitches you can do, wall jumping and such. The bosses, really repetitive. Not much change besides giving Bowser more spam and better home X security. But for the most part, you really don't see much complaint from the game. I would definitely rate this game like a 8 out of 10. Most people probably rate it like, yeah, 10 out of 10. Why not? No, you're wrong. It has to be 10 out of 10. You're wrong. But I don't know. Like, this game definitely holds some nostalgia, which really brings me to the point that I think most people would rate the game higher than it actually is, simply because of nostalgia. Not saying that's not a good game, but there are definitely better games, simply in relevance to time. Okay, not saying that it was their fault for such having a quality game, but seeing what they have done with Mario Bros. 3, which was on the same console, versus Mario Bros. 1, well, it's like a few years later even, so, looking at that, you can definitely kind of disregard Mario Bros. 1 as the roots of Super Mario Bros. So, as it served as a basis, I would say that it is definitely a good game. And man, I've really got to make these commentaries more awesome, more ShamWowish than what this is. Like I don't even God, yeah, I don't even know what this is right now. This is very lame. Hopefully, hopefully once I play a more complex game, um, comparatively, I'll be able to provide a better post thought. Also, this image that's here, this image that you may or may not be looking at. This is actually my icon that I actually drew myself from MS Paint. In case anyone was actually wondering, as I've been using that for so long now, it's like, man, who is that guy? What is he? Where did he get it from? I bet he got it off DeviantArt or something. No, I just kind of, drew it randomly in MS Paint and used a hatching effect in Word for like a texture effect. It looks pretty cool. I'll probably use my animation software to make like a little idle, so where he can like move around and stuff and like do stuff like while I talk. So it's something to look at more visually, but like okay, cool. He's talking and he's doing something instead of just a still frame image. But yeah, I gotta say, one thing is for sure. I think the star actually lasts a little bit longer in well, not by a little bit, but like a lot longer in this game than it does in Resprite, Doki Doki Panic, and Mario Bros. 3. Like Mario Bros. 3, oh my god, the star does not last for that long at all in that game, and it's quite pitiful, actually. But yeah, really gonna look at what I can do as far as different LPs, looking at different emulators and ROMs without the virus. That'd be much appreciated if I could get them without the virus. Cause I tell you what, a nice, healthy serving of malware per download a day is quite appreciated. So yeah, trying my best to get like a lot of ROMs and stuff I can do. So I'll probably begin Mario World, since I already have that. That's like the first ROM that I downloaded just to see if it work, and it does. Just to see if I can do that. Then I'll probably look into a Zelda game. Someone mentioned Link to the Past, which is like one of my favorite Zelda games. I want to say, as far as the bit era is concerned. Yeah, that would probably be accurate. Yeah, as far as the bit era is concerned, that would probably be one of my most favorite Zelda games. So probably doing that if I can find it, which I should be able to find it. I wouldn't see why I wouldn't be able to find it, but God, just listen to me like ramble on. This is very boring, but yeah, look at some Zelda stuff, some Sonic stuff, and for the most part, I will not be going in order, like Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3. I'll most likely, be skipping around. However, for each, genre or a, idol of a game such as, Mario, Sonic, Zelda, I'll try to start off, with the first game in mainstream succession, And then from that point on, I'll be skipping around. So, say I did Sonic next, so I'd do Sonic 1, obviously, like, yeah, let's do Sonic 2, and then Sonic 1, and then skip to Sonic 3. But, yeah, I'm sure I have bored you long enough, and I've pretty much wasted about 15 minutes of your time. So, I guess I'll see you guys later. And, thank you for watching. This has been fun. Quite fun indeed. I really wish my capture card wouldn't act the way it is, sometimes, because I know, God, it's like there's either compression errors or there's audio sync errors, and, really hard just to get like a regular, there's either audio sync errors, compression errors, or there's, um, mic cancellation errors. So there's always something to, overcome when trying to do these LPs, and perfectly fine. Difficulties are expected. And those of you who've been waiting for some more Quest of the Maze Runner stuff, I am indeed working on that. I've added some stuff that I think would be quite impressive. But yeah, definitely will. Yeah, definitely still doing that. Not to say that it'll, be like, yeah, right after this one, Quest of the Maze Runner. But definitely still doing that. Definitely harder to do than a regular LP since you're making a game and not just, simply playing it. So, keeping that into consideration. I'm sure most of you can be reasonable in that regard. So, yes, those of you who have subscribed simply through the Game Maker stuff, don't worry. That stuff will be uploaded shoppish. Man, I'm saying a lot. That's not a good sign. I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. It's been Casual Guy A6, and I'll see you later.